Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the extended video speaking about the 3 F's for conscious dating in 2022. I have been asked a while ago by the radio makers of More FM in the morning show, where are the places to find new love? Where are the dates? How do you do it? After 2.5 years, people being used to not going out, having very little physical contact, and also being more cautious, being more aware of what really is happening in our environment. COVID-19 still exists wherever we are on the planet. You know, I'm here in Bali, in beautiful island of Bali in Indonesia. It's equally happening here to New Zealand, Australia, anywhere in the world. So I think the theme of, cautiousness, being health aware, and also being very fair in our approach to, meet people face to face is really important. So the first F is friendship. And I want to really talk about the way to access relationships at this point of our lives in an environment where things are so uncertain and where I would say a great level of hostility and defensiveness and almost isolation phobia is around. We want to be really relating more and stronger to those we already know in our lives. So my first advice, my first relationship dating tip would be go there where you have already people you know. Maybe through school, through work, through activities and environments you relate to. If you're very isolated or a very silent and not very active, socially active person, there's always a niche, to reach out to, even if it's in the local community and doing volunteering work for people, or finding clubs or associations, or some hobbies that can help you to get socially involved and involved in community work and helping others, making a contribution to a higher purpose, but also being a good friend, being a very honest friend in making contact to people you have been related in the past. And many of us have friendships that are continuing to be very active, but I can say from my own experience that the last 2.5, 3 years have distanced me from a lot of people I had much more regular contact to. So really make an effort and go out and find these friendships, these connections, these people. And if you don't know anybody too close, at least have the courage to say, hey, I'm single. I would like to meet a wonderful person I can spend some quality time with as a friend, as a date, maybe as a future, lover. Would you know of someone you would think is equally interested to find someone? And I think that conversation is not something that is too difficult. So I think the conversation is really one of being honest about your status and your relationship status, and just sharing and let others respond honestly to how you can, be supported in meeting new people. Maybe engaging to, have a barbecue or run a circle of friends meeting every month, or making something happen that socially is engaging enough for your friends and for your community wanting to be involved. Another word is F, fun. And the fun word is big because fun is really about enjoying being together. And we are so used to saying our first date is ending up for dinner, and then you might have another dinner, and then you have the next dinner. And by the time you had 4 or 5 dinners, you might go for a beach walk, and then you might do this. And the trend is very different. Bumble as well as Tinder communicate very loudly that singles are speaking very openly about the newfound desire to be active and out in the world with people and having hands-on experiences, doing stuff, going to places, experiencing, sports, activities that energize, that are fun, concerts, music, dancing, something that is giving a different, point of reference to get to know each other than sitting in a restaurant, drinking alcohol. So there's even a word for it. It's called tri-dating. I learned that tri-dating is becoming extremely popular. You don't go out and drink. You have a first date where you don't consume alcohol, and have a second date where you get active and make something really special work for each other as experience. And the best is that it's something both people equally enjoy. And I think that is a great way of building foundation for a new relationship to grow. And give it time, but with giving time is not implied that you let someone just be a casual, friend or friend with benefits. That brings me to number 3. It's about the fairness and the frankness, being frank, communicating openly and honestly that you have particular desires, that you have a particular expectation or wish or, value set that you want to manifest in your relationship realm. So there's nothing wrong to say, I need this in the first, second, or third date when the conversation is about who are we, what do we want, and how do we can, get to know each other better, and understanding what we really need from now and into the future. Would we consider being a couple? So I think it's really, really important to be very, very open-minded about the whole aspect of dating in this very time. And I think, Tinder is not Tinder anymore. I know from 3, 4, 5 years ago. Bumble in particular is not the same anymore. I think we women are very, very careful when we answer someone who matches with us. And also the whole space when people come together and meet, people want to have a greater sense of, uniqueness, a greater sense of something deepening for our own good, rather than just having, fun on a superficial level. It has to be fun. It has to be something fulfilling that is, meeting our values in a greater perspective of who we are and what we want to experience in our own lives. Yeah. And our love life is a very, very important part. And when I start working with people, I love to do my 7 my 7 areas of life, so-called love donut. And the question is really, have you assessed all the areas of your life in which you have a certain sense of importance, acting and evolving? And I think health is equally important to personal relationships with friends, family, and those around a loving partner. But there's also money, there's sexuality, there is the wonderful opportunity to even look into our own, sense of spirituality. Who are we spiritually? What is it really I believe? What is it I want to have more cultivated before I go back in a relationship that might not meet my needs spiritually? And I think these questions can be very well answered. So, and here you can see the slide for the love donut. So as I said, it's 7 areas. We assess with each 3 questions what works and what doesn't work. and all the areas, all the answers related to what doesn't work are still, work in process and progress areas. We want to focus on independent from being active in looking for dates and for a new partnership. So I hope that gave you a little bit of an insight of what my learning and discoveries are, really researching dating in 2022, which I hadn't done much because I was, in the understanding that it goes as it goes. But really, more than 50% of singles right now in all age groups are actually very happy being and staying singles for the moment. There is not this hyped up desire anymore to go quick and fast and overwhelmingly, passionately into a new connection without really having checked what is working for us in our very own inner selves. I wish you a wonderful discovery of your own love life. If you're single and you're looking out to date, good luck. And I hope these 3 F's give you a little bit of reflection and food for thought in your very own existence. So I wish you all the best. Thank you. And call out for a 30 minutes discovery session that is complimentary, my gift to you anytime. Book yourself in. I'm usually available Tuesdays and Thursdays, Southern Hemisphere time. So just book yourself in. If these times are not convenient for you because you're in another part of the world, please email me to info@lovecoach.co.nz. I will be always here for you. Thank you so much. Namaste.